so funny that first game. We did a whole draft because I've been practicing online every day on official tournament play everything.
No, I haven't played live. There's no people play against. That's the problem.
He's like, oh yeah, we had a draft. That's right.
Yeah. That's right. Maybe I can learn it.
Yeah, the thing that I got to adjust to from playing online is the kicking.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's always a lag spike on the kick.
Just take a picture of your phone with the blue screen. And be sure to tell me who was first player and second player. Yeah, if you guys want to play while other people are playing. Yeah, this one, for some reason, my phone, or maybe it's easy, man. It's easy starting to go bad.
They got that system for $20 online. Now it came with a controller that looked like that, but the original fits, they were crap. So I had to replace the controller. Everything else works. The other one is that Super Nintendo.
Colors are a little brighter, right?
Yeah, my cousin.
Yeah, I mean it's basically the same.
Are you gonna play? Are you playing over there then?
I was.
Yeah. Play somebody. Tell me who the first player or second player were. Take a picture of the blue screen. Because I'm keeping track of like pickup games, like big two.
That's my first.
Yeah, he's a little hard to understand, but the drinks are cheap.
Yeah, you can't.
No, Brad, you got a Makers and Sprite? Yeah.
Makers and Sprite?
You got Makers and Sprite? Mine on the Sprite. I got it.
Brooks snuck in there for a touchdown. Who had the ball first? You did. That first drive?
Yeah.
Sure.
That Wilbur.
That's me, feels you.
And honestly, after you play that pickup game, if you want to try the SRAM to file on those, it's just that one. You can't do select only though. It doesn't work. You have to hit start to start the game.
Look at the kick.
So I don't know if it'll work. We'll just have to see. But if you want to, then we can play the Columbia Blue games on that EverDrive. I've got a white EverDrive too that we could play it on too. If, oh, he was close to out of bounds. That's
I
good.
need them fumbles.
We had our fair share in the first half that last game, but none of us turned it over.
I'm a fan of anything that involves the Raiders, the Jets, and the Eagles.
I didn't heed your warning.
So a jump pick is it's 3 notches interception higher than the QB's PC. So Troy Aikman, I think, was his quarterback. That's 44 PC. Who intercepted that, Brad? Do you know?
Stinson.
Stinson, he's 69 interception. So 44, 50, 56. That's three notches. You get a 50% chance of jumping up and intercepting a pass if you're in the line of the pass. If you're 4 notches higher, it's a 100% chance, as long as you're in the proper, positioning. Yep.
This game was amazingly complicated for the time.
Extremely detailed. And thanks to people like Brute, there's a lot of people in the community that basically took the game apart, like the coding of the game, and just they know the ins and the outs of how everything works, and they shared that with the community on tecmobowl.org. And
I was reading something about or did you mention the kick return, punt return being related to right tackles and safeties and stuff?
yeah,
like
your
that?
kickoff return is your right tackle. So the max speed of your right tackle determines how fast your kickoff return is. And then I have the fastest punt returner because of Fulcher. So it's called strong safety on Tecmo, but in real life that's not strong safety. But On Tecmo, it's strong safety, the bottom guy. We did a snake draft, and we just did randomized rolls to see who got to pick first. I believe Brian, the guy with the Bears, had the first pick of the draft. You had the first pick, right, Brian?
Thurman Thomas.
Yeah, he picked Thurman Thomas as the first round draft pick. And then as far as the rest of the draft went, I had all the players divided up into tiers. So the really top level position players at every position, offense and defense, were in the gold tier. Then there was a silver tier, which was kind of like one step below, and then the bronze, which was one step below that. And then there was a scrub tier, and that was like basically everybody else in the game. And everybody was allowed one gold offensive player and one gold defensive player. They were allowed one silver offense, one silver defense, one bronze offense, one bronze defense, and then the rest of the team was filled out by the scrubs. And some of the defensive positions and the offensive line were all tandems. So if you drafted an offensive line, you got the whole offensive line. If you drafted, like, I drafted Fulcher and Bussey, so I got both of them with the same pick. That was my first pick. So what it did is it basically, it evens the playing field, but it also makes you have to play with a team that's not super loaded or juiced. It shows, true talent, but still gives you the opportunity to make some key plays. Good pass. He took your team, Brad, and he's throwing to your receivers. Was that Dennis Gentry? Yeah, we're going to refine it a little bit for the next season. Yeah, just give me my Niners. We're going to refine it a little bit for the next season, and we've got a couple of ideas for the juice players. We also took some players out of the game, so like Joe Montana, QB Bills, Eagles, and we took those, Bo Jackson, just to take out those juice players, and we got some ideas to incorporate them in later seasons. How often do we meet up for the league? This is the first meeting, but we're doing once a month for 4 months for a season. So we're theoretically playing about 4 games each meeting. For 6. No, it's a couple different people. It's Retro Tom. You know him? Yeah. So we are basically doing like 4 games a piece, and there's 9 people in our league. Everybody plays everybody in the league 2 times, once home, once away. This first season, we're not really doing playoffs to put more meaning in the regular season games. That may change in the future, but the playoff will just be the first and second place guy in a best of 3. And then our dates, if you want to know, not that you're planning your schedule around watching our Who's Your Tecmo League, but today's July the 6th is our first meeting. Our second meeting is August 15th. I think it's September 13th without looking, and then October 6th, I think. So basically once a month. And anyone is welcome to come watch in person, and if you live in Indiana, you can participate in a side league where we do pickup games with the matchup calls like at Madison. We keep track on our website. I am. I thought I was done with Tecmo completely, and I had made plans this last year, and I really didn't like playing the competitive stuff anymore, and I just.
No, this son of a bitch. It didn't.
And then he turns around and gives me a Hall of Fame induction, and I'm just like, the 1 year I don't go.
Nintendo Bubble Drum.
Hall of Fame induction.
For the Bloomington Tecmo tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and if he wants me to, like, I've told him like half a dozen times, like, if he wants me to do a website like the one I have, but for Bloomington, I can easily run a website for him.
I told him about that.
Google Sites
showed
is
him
so
I could
easy.
put his like all of his cool stuff on there, like the pictures and the Hall of Fame stuff on there, and
He said he would definitely like that.
I just need to have, you know, like his stuff, like, can send it to me.
So is it the only tournament you play in currently is Bloomington?
I'm playing with the votes for that Fulcher fundraiser in 2 weeks. It's not really a tournament. I just don't, the tournament, I can't get up for him anymore. I don't know how, like, he would do it all those times, like when he would win, and like just, and then how Gats, like, I don't know how they do it. Like, just to keep that, you know, the mental, like, it's just too much. I just like to have fun. Like, this right here is fun for me. Like, I enjoy this.
I agree. Honestly, this is the only reason I'm into any kind of Tecmo is because
And this is a little different. This is like the online vibe that we used to have, but it's in person with people, and it's people that are newer people that we don't see that often, or people we've never met before. Yeah, so I'm streaming all this online, like on Twitch, so like people can watch it from home or whatever.
They had like some kids there.
Yeah, I mean, my son used to play. Kyle said his kid plays.
Yeah, they live in bowling alley, so
Yeah.
they have food, bowling, and everything. So it was kind of, I thought it was a lot more fun than this year.
Really?
Yeah, I mean it wasn't. I mean there was obviously some good people that traveled there and stuff.
I mean, my goal would be like if we could get our 9-person league just to go, like together, like get a hotel block and just like hang out the whole time. And wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, it's literally like I actually had some.
And it's a real laid back. Like, it's not like a like. That's why I like it. Like, even though there was some good people there and everything, it's like it was just fun.
Yeah, it was.
And everybody's real chill, real cool.
Yeah.
At the Bloomington tournament in Illinois.
Yeah, the first year I went, which I was talking to him about, it felt a little bit hostile because of what you were talking about.
Yeah, I got like 5 years ago. There was like a divide
Well,
between.
I don't know what happened. Like, it's like,
It was the first time that people outside Bloomington were allowed to go to that tournament.
yeah, it is.
So they were really shitty with all of us because we were like this big group of people from Chicago that showed up that like, hey, we play Tecmo, and like a lot of them.
Well, I told him, I was like, I don't care. Like, I'll go and like I'll just hang out and drink. Like, the second year I went, I was so. I mean, I was like, you were there. You saw me.
My girlfriend keeps in my car. Actually, this year. Like I didn't drink as much.
You say your girlfriend peeked in the car
Oh yeah, my vents.
from going
everything.
to a Tecmo tournament?
Oh yeah.
That's how you know she's a
Fucking
winner,
A.
man.
Yeah,
All right.
it was fun. They had Jello shots and everything. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, the Holiday Inn at the airport was just pretty cheap. It's like 2 blocks away from us.
Yeah, Troy. There was a different element. I won 2 or 3 tournaments in a row in 2015, and I was really playing a lot. And there was just a lot of pressure to go to tournaments and play, and it took the fun, it sucked the fun out of it for me. And I really haven't played in a whole lot since, to be honest. And I used to play online all the time. I mean, that's how I knew so many people. But I can't stand playing on the. I saw your messages on Facebook. I just didn't reply. I can't play on the computer. It's completely different.
It's like playing poker and
It's-
it's people online.
It's different too. Like
Yeah.
the mechanic, like the actual movements are very different if you play on an emulator.
You're playing it for real money or not,
Yeah.
it's totally different.
But that's totally the reason why. If I go to anything live anymore, it's totally just that. It's the camaraderie aspect and the hanging out. I really like it. Plus, I don't get to go out and do much anymore. I'm getting older and I don't get to do anything. So this is good for me. Good for my mental health.
I've been trying to pick the boys that you haven't picked yet. It's only a matter of time.
I like that pizza the other. I ordered it like it was about a month ago or 2 or 3 weeks ago. We ordered that pizza
Yeah, I was gonna ask
from the
you about
Greenwood location. I liked it. My kids didn't like it.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough for me to order pizzas. If I loved it. I thought it was great. I got the sausage,
Yeah.
Your place?
The
Yeah.
Greenwood store, my stepsister owns it.
Oh, okay.
but it's pretty much the same.
It's
though, right?
similar.
Yeah.
I would say we're better, but hey, I'm sure they got dedicated customers too.
It had a different flavor to it than most pizzas.
Yeah.
Not that it was bad flavor. It was just different. I don't know if it was the cheese or if it was like the spices that were on the cheese, but it was pretty good. I love the breadsticks. Those are really good.
Our go-to around here is
Yeah, man, it was good to meet you too.
back home in Illinois, though.
And that tournament was more. I felt like that one was kind of a high level thing because it was so much money and everything. I enjoyed playing a lot, but I just felt like it was.
You hear that a lot. Like people come up from Florida, but like there's no good pizza places in Florida. I'm like we believe you.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I had one in like Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Picasso's, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Did you like Jacksonville? I had an ex live there for a while.
I like the beach. The beach area, the downtown area is pretty rough.
Really?
But the beach was cool because you could just take a bike and go bar and restaurant to restaurant or whatever. And really didn't even need a vehicle. But I was just there for work.
What are you drinking?
for a couple months.
I'm just sucking on ice right now.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
But I like seafood, so I like that.
Yeah, I like shellfish. I'm big on like ocean fish.
Yeah. There's like a can't remember what it's called. There's a seafood shack, and you could get like gator tail and shrimp, blackened shrimp and everything. It was like $7.
They say gator tastes like lobster. You think it tastes?
I've had gator.
Alligators taste great.
I think alligator is kind of a mix between chicken. It's just chicken and fish.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like it's the texture's more like maybe like a fish texture, and it's got like a chicken flavor to it.
Yeah, I agree. I'd say the best you can get around here is probably Castleberry. That place is pretty legit for fresh.
I see some of those barbecuers cooking
What is that, 3 or 4?
gator tail. It looks pretty good.
Yeah,
So
if you
are
get it breaded,
you more likely to miss a
tastes a lot like chicken.
I think so, yeah. I think you have to be more precise and more accurate.
My stepdad used to fish in Lake Okeechobee, and a lot of gators. And people standing out in the water in those fishing boots, like where you stand in the water and fish, and gators just
literally
swimming right next to them. Like,
Yes.
no thanks. Yeah. Bad
Yeah, it's pretty tough when you're throwing your stints on
enough,
like
bad enough to
that.
see them swimming under the boat or something. Much less stay in the water with them.
They were definitely Brad picked right in front of me, I believe, in the draft, and they were my second choice actually. That's that cornerback group.
They had a bunch of just random water areas, that you drive down the road and see a little pond or something.
Wolford's no slouch either.
Gators just
He's a little slow, but
bathing,
Yeah.
sunbathing.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of them.
One's even here.
Nah, I respect them.
Oh, jeez. He's feeling excellent. I know. I was like, he got there.
So it looks like the Redskins are going to change their name.
yeah, they're gonna be pressured into it.
Well, I think Nike stopped selling their
Yep.
stuff online, and FedEx
Yep.
took their name off the stadium. That's too much money.
The crazy thing is,
I
like,
figure it's got to be $50 million a year. There's no
Oh,
way
yeah.
they're turning that down. So with that kind of loss of money, they'd have to.
but the thing is, like, Washington Redskins, a lot of people really don't know this. They did their research with Native Americans,
Yep.
and they're like, yeah, we don't have a problem.
Yeah, they said a very low percentage, but that was his study.
What's that?
I believe it was Daniel Snyder's study.
No, like the New York Times.
Oh, was it the New York
like,
Times?
Separate.
It's a good decision.
entities. It was like almost 90% were like, we don't care.
Right.
And
Was it Native Americans or just Americans? Period.
no, Native Americans.
Americans.
All Native Americans. Only Native Americans.
Right.
voted.
Well, maybe it's just being lumped in with all the other equality rights
Oh, man,
things.
No, you
There's a
got
problem.
it.
Would you
Come on.
think like there'd be like some Native Americans maybe like protesting gangs and stuff?
I thought it was funny during the shutdowns, lockdowns, whatever you call it.
It's a good drive.
The reservations are their land. I mean, it's like a separate. It's like a foreign consulate. It's
Right.
technically it's another country, so their land is their land, and we still told them they couldn't open their casinos during lockdown. You'll shut them down. You gotta do that, which I thought was interesting. That we you got your own little piece of land over there. Do what you want with it until we tell you otherwise.
Classic.
Classics. Spears. Spears.
What matchup you got going over there? Oof. That's not a good one.
That Reggie Cobb guy.
Say San Diego's a lot better.
Yeah, I know. That's what I wanted to happen.
Yeah.
I wanted that advantage.
Hey, nice throw.
Or not the advantage, but the extra point if I pull off a win.
Oh yeah. That system's a really cool system. We played four seasons of that online, but we did it with teams, Sean. So instead of like just solo keeping track of your points, we had like 4-person teams. You got the save state? And then like you drafted, instead of drafting teams and players, you
Who's up
drafted
next?
like your teammates.